Hey everybody, this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com and welcome to the live stream today. All right. All right. So what you're hearing is a sample library sampler called Taste. And this is from a company called Ollie, and they produce some really interesting and incredible sample libraries for Kontakt. And this is just one of the multis that you get in Taste, and I think it's like Butterfly. And we're going to be taking a look at that today. Yeah, Firefly. And yeah, it's just really, really pretty cool. Used to, when you would go shopping, you remember when you go shopping and you see the counters with like the microwaves and the samples and the pizza rolls and that type of thing. Well, that's kind of like what we have here, and I think it is a great idea for sample developer companies to do things like this. So Ollie produces, like, this is the latest release, the Nashville Scoring Strings and LA Modern Percussion, and Rcd. The Rcd series is like rhythmic cinematic devices, and this is the uke, and so scoring synths and all different amazing high quality libraries, and I'm just so happy to get to know them. So Taste is the sampler sample library, and it is available for $3, and it's probably the best $3 that you can invest, and I did, and I'm just really pleased with what I'm discovering with how much that material that you're getting for that $3. You're getting almost 15 gigabytes of sample library. Now this Rcd Guitars, this is an upcoming sample library that's not been released yet, and they're going to work on releasing that later this year. But you get the rhythmic cinematic guitars and scoring synths and a sample of the uke, the percussion, and scoring strings. And this is a cool bonus. You actually get a special version of the postcard piano, which I think was really great. And if you missed that video, that live stream, I'd encourage you to go back and look at that. But let's just dive right in and just take a look at some of the individual instruments, and then we'll dive into what I think is the real value, and that's the multis. So you need the full version of Kontakt, 5.8 or higher. So you have the Sordinos, the consordinos for the strings. Hey Frank, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining today. So this is just the full ensemble, and you get 2 mic positions. Well, really, I think you get all the mic positions. Yeah. So this is a great way to it's a great way to just to get a taste, and I'm probably going to be catching myself saying that a lot. The mod wheel kind of controls that dynamic layer. So that's with the Deca tree and the surround mics on, but you have a close mic and then a wide mic selection here. Yeah, this is the wide, and you can hear how Yeah. So you go to the advanced page and you can have control over the dynamics, you know, the dynamic range, and then you can limit how the dynamic range affects the low and high registers, which is really cool. And then another patch with the scoring strings, you get a set of harmonics. And those sound really interesting. So that's like the orchestral strings. And then you have another setting where the attack is controlled by the velocity. So if you lay into it, it's gonna go into the attack portion a little bit quicker. And so let's go on. There's a lot to cover. So the percussion, now the percussion really is incredible. So this, the LA modern percussion is just really hard-hitting and powerful. So this is the just the Tom 1, just a dynamic hit. And let's just... And they've got it mapped across the keyboard. I've got it kind of cropped, but let's see if we can kind of see what that looks like. Yeah, let's see. Okay, but you've got key switches up here. Where you can do rolls. And they've got a stereo mix position, but then you can just select again. They give you these mic positions to sample, to hear what they. So that's the close mic, and then yeah, the mid room or the yeah. So you've got all of these different mic positions here. You've got modulation sections. You've got an an AHDSR envelope for just the high pass and low pass, and that lets you create some really interesting effects. You can transpose. You've got random velocities. So you've got so many things going on here. But I think the main thing is the sound is just very cool. So you've got a Tom Ensemble. Yeah, let's look at all of those presets just for the that's the rolls there. That is huge, and you know, it's just really huge. So you got a Grand Casa Ensemble. And they have the stereo mix, and the stereo mix sounds fantastic. And I love when sample libraries, the developers give you these upper key splits here that give you that right and left hand where you can do those manual rolls like that. You can hear the dynamics when you're rolling it up. That is just so fat. And and you can play it up the scale. So that's that's just a little taste of the percussion. Let's just see what else we've got. You got tom ensembles. Okay, yeah, you've got rototoms. Let's just take a quick listen. You can hear those little slight pitch variations in there. Okay, cool. And yeah, bass drum ensemble, traditional hits and rolls. Yeah, and this is kind of split. Yeah, so they've got different rolls. And then that key triggers the roll. Man. Now the piano, it's going to look real familiar because it's the postcard piano. So that they don't give you a whole lot of control. They give you the sample offset control with this, but I'm telling you, all the stuff that I can see, they do a lot under the hood with the wrench, because when you click that wrench, that opens up a whole nother world of Kontakt, where you have control over effects and envelopes, and that's where a lot of the magic happens with a lot of these presets. So this is just straight. Just a preview. Just a very nice sounding, but I just like that they included such a beautiful piano just in this collection here. Okay, so let's go to stringed instruments, and this is where the guitars come in, and you can see you've got muted strings like an acoustic bass. Let me load that in here, and they recorded these very straight out of the board, straight, just the high quality sounds, because the processing that you can do on these, they didn't do a lot of pre-processing because they want you to be able to create your own sound with this, with these samples. So you've got like a sequencer here, and you can set the bars. Let's go ahead and just do something real quick. And this is where a lot of these rhythmic patterns will come in. So you can do it as played, up and down. You've got all sorts of things that you can do with this. You can swing it. Let's see. Yeah, and then the root key, all of that stuff. Now the advanced, one of the things that they did as well is that they have the full length of the sample. So they've got the pre-attack portion, and they've got the attack portion. So what you can do, you can offset that. Let me turn the sequencer off. But you can adjust this attack portion in the advanced section where, yeah. So it's almost like 200 milliseconds of offset before you get to that attack, and then you can just adjust this to shift it. And you'll see a lot of patches have the reps beside of it, and this is one that has that sample offset just right at the very beginning, where it's the, you record it. You know what a lot of people will do, they'll record it with the sample offset a little bit further into the sample, and then they'll offset that MIDI track, so you get more of a realistic experience. Yeah, so you listen to that. So you hear a lot of that pre-attack happening, and then we can go into the advanced and we can shift that. So it gets right into where the attack portion is. So when you record a MIDI track and you move that sample offset up some, shift that MIDI track backwards when you're playing back, and go ahead and turn off this offset, and it'll sound more realistic. It's kind of like in string libraries, there's a little latency, natural latency that you want sometimes. So, so this is that acoustic bass. It's kind of plucked and very interesting. Okay, so here's another. Yeah. And you can hear just that crystal clear. That crystal clear samples in these guitars. And let's see. So you've got electric basses, like muted electric bass. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for that super chat. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Man, that's great. That's so cool. Thanks so much. Okay, so yeah, but that's pretty cool. And you know, the key range is limited on these, but it's again, it's just to give you a taste, just a little taste. But listen to that. Yeah, that's just pretty funky. Okay, yeah. Well, it's my privilege, and you know, it's really amazing, because at the beginning of last year, you know, I was doing a lot of projects and traveling and that type of thing, and then everything just kind of hit, as we all know. And so I started doing these more, and it has just been the most fascinating thing. I've gotten to know a lot of you guys, and it's just been such a blessing. It's been such a blessing. And without the support of you guys, and then the amazing support from these developers, I've gotten to know so many developers, and they've been so generous. You know, they have allowed me to receive a product, and that is, you know, when you're not doing projects and you're not traveling like you used to, you got to figure out a way to be productive. And this has been such a great blessing for me. And I want to give a shout out to all the developers that have just been supportive of this channel, and you, the viewers, and it's just so appreciated, man. Thank you so much. But I did purchase this one. A lot of times, yeah, a lot of times they'll, you know, I'll get not for resale copies. So they'll send me a copy, and you know, it is just for me to review, and I'm just so appreciative of that. And it gives me a way to kind of test things. And then when I do the live streams, I'm able to play them and share them to you, and so you can kind of get a listen as well. So let's get back to let's just do the uke, and I think that's one that's available now, and this is pretty cool. This is like some ukuleles that they've really done some really amazing things with. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm going to just turn this up some. And you can see that key range is limited right there. But that's what's so cool about this sequencer, is that you can just power this on, and that's just like the velocity. And it's synced to the host tempo, and okay. And then the tremolos, the mandolin, the ukulele tremolos. Let's just take a listen. And those are natural. So those are performed tremolos. When something is performed, it's so much better to have it performed by a musician and then trying to simulate something. It just is so, you can just tell such a difference when something is kind of made. You're trying hard to make it sound real instead of having the performer. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at the synths. So let's go to the stabs. Now this is a big library that they're using like a mini Moog. These are all Moog type of samples, and man, so let's just listen. This is the stabs. Okay, I think I've got something now behind me. Okay, let me just pull this up. I've got, yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so let me just give you a look at what's, kind of what's going on. So one of my secret weapons in my toolbox is Bohm MIDI translator, and Bohm MIDI translator is like a Swiss Army knife or a MacGyver type of tool, because it allows me to connect all of my MIDI controllers to kind of create just a massive controller. I've got the Nano Key, the Nano Controller, the Studio Logic, the SL88 Grand. I have this SL880 also connected, so I can reach back there when I'm doing a part. I can do a part here and then do it here, and then I've got the D9X controller here, the drawbar controller, and all of these are connected through Bohm MIDI translator. It creates this big virtual MIDI port. And this box here, I had expression to modulation. So a lot of times, you may have a synth or a library that responds to CC11, but see, this one responds to CC1 modulation. So what I can do, I can say, well, I want to control that modulation with my expression pedal. So I got a filter, well, I have a translator, so it receives CC11 and it turns it into CC1. So now I can use my foot controller as a modulation, So instead of sending CC11, it's sending CC1. So that way I can have both hands on the keyboard, but sometimes it's sending out like a spurious, modulation when I don't want it to. So I'm going to just disengage it for right now. So here we go. Little nerd or geeking behind the curtain. You just hear how fat that is. Just incredible. And all the links are going to be in the description below. And I absolutely encourage you to go to Audio Ollie's site, because the videos and the background on these instruments is just very interesting. So this is a low pad. So that's the That is the low pad, the low pad. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I want to show some of the, I'm going to show some of the multis. Now the multis, I'm just making sure everything is sounding okay. The multis are where things really come alive. So let's do this. I'm going to go into the multi-category, and let's just go into the ARPs. And Firefly was the one that I started with. Let's go ahead to Firefly 2. And you can see, boom, it's loaded up. Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, about 5 instances of Kontakt. So you've got the 2 RCDs and 2 synths, or 3 RCDs. So here we go. Let's just have some fun. So that can get pretty interesting. But see, that's where it comes alive. You can take all of these parts and layer them together. So this is a folky ARP. I'm going to replace this. And yeah, so we've got these guitars here. Let's see what they've got. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the Rcd guitars are not released yet, but this just gives you like a preview. Just really beautiful. I'm just going to turn these up some. And again, you've got that limited range, but that just gives you a feel. Okay. Granular Dream. Okay. So those are just like beds. You can just create these really amazing stratosphere. Now, a lot of these I've not heard. Okay. So these, so this has the strings. Okay. Yeah. you can just stay on those. It's okay. So let's see the uke, and we'll get into some of the bigger cue starters, which are really cool. Now this has got, let's see, yeah, it's got 5. Yeah, so you get a feel for what those string instruments sound like, and the arps. Okay, the cue starters. Now, this is called "It's Just a Ferrari," and this is really pretty cool. And you can see how many instances they have on here. And this is just for a $3 library. You can see that mod wheel. It's bringing that. So you've got the harmonics. Yeah, Matt, I think that would be definitely possible. You could remap those controls. You can repurpose that. So that's what I'm using, an expression pedal. Right now I'm using a Yamaha FC7. It's an FC7 expression pedal, and I just have it, I can remap it for all of those different types of things. To do it modulation, or I could even remap it to pitch bend. So it's whatever you want to do. So the postcard piano is actually it's actually mapped all the way across, so I can play that. Yeah, so I can map that. See, that's what I like. I like being able to put that piano in there. Yeah. That's what's so cool. I miss getting postcards too. Okay, now this is really interesting. Okay, we got a little. Okay, this is called Sherlock and Load, and this is another one that's using that postcard piano and 2 postcards pianos, and man, a bunch of these other, yeah. So let's see. Let's just check it out. is wild. And you can hear those, and see, you can hear that, those riffs. It's just like a granular type of guitar pad. And they're just doing this technique. You've got those really hard-hitting, those strong, yeah. So the mod wheel brings up that synth. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so pads and textures. And this is one that I think is really cool. It's called Bumblebee Sordinos. And it's using the Nashville Scoring Strings Consordino and then the guitar. Again, the modulation wheel just kind of yes, that's absolutely right, Justin. You know, that's the other thing about this is that it's a taste, but you know, Audio Ollie, they're putting out more of these presets, so this is just not all that you're going to get, and I think that is just fabulous. So there's more coming. Yeah, that Sordino, I just like that. It's just really nice and open. Listen how full that. Now this is what I've done too, and another thing that I really like is that I can go to the piano, and I'm just going to add this in. So you can just take the multi and just add that postcard piano preview in. Just that easy. You have that beautiful pad, and you can just throw that postcard piano right in there. You know, that's where I would have to go, is just lay a piano under there and just listen to that. I'm just gonna let that sit there for just a little bit. You hear the textures moving. Yeah. That's just so cool. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely worth the cost of admission, for sure. Yeah. Thank God for sustain pedals and such. Okay, so let's look at some more before we go. And again, if it's your first time here, you know, if it's your first time here, you know, thank you for all the subscribers, and thanks for liking and sharing. It's it is just such. I really enjoy doing this. If you can't tell, I really enjoy doing this, and I love sharing. I love sharing all of these libraries with you guys. And sometimes I just find out about them myself. I contact the developer, and many times, you know, they are so gracious, and I'm able to try the libraries and do these live streams for you, and enjoy these libraries together. So let's just keep going. Let's do some. Let's do a couple of more multis. Let's see what the. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So the Andromeda piano. Let's just do some of these. Okay, so now this one uses several of the postcard pianos, and again, this is what they get into. They get into these behind the hood, under the hood stuff. I've seen this, especially with the postcard piano, the full version. I've seen them do so much under the hood, and Kontakt is just so powerful. If you can wrap your head around all the things they're doing under the hood. Now this is the Andromeda piano. Just very ambient types of things. And you have this fat Moog underneath. Big and just ambient and spacious. So this is Blade Koto. Now I'm going to show you something with this one. So with this one, I was wondering, man, where is all that stuff coming from? And so I didn't notice anything here or here. So you go and open the output section, and it'll show you the main outputs of the mixer, and then you click on this little expand arrow here, and what it does, it brings up these insert effects, and that was what was allowing this patch, and I'm going to bypass these so you can hear it dry. And now let me just unbypass it. So it's got a chorus. And you can see you've got sliders for the wet and the dry signal. And then you've got the convolution, and that's what's bringing a lot of stuff to this sound. Yeah, so that's, again, under the hood, and you can make sure if you're not seeing it, make sure you click on that little arrow there, and it'll expand to this effects, these insert effects, and you can add other insert effects, dynamics and reverb, and all sorts of things within Kontakt itself. So this is something that's built right into Kontakt. Okay. So let's check out the Ocean piano. Yeah, thanks again for joining us, guys. Man, appreciate all of the support. It's just, it's great. Okay, so I'm going to just shrink that a little bit. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Now this is the Ocean piano. And see, you can see this and that's what gives it just such animation. And yeah, so you've got, okay, here with the scoring synth, you have a step sequencer, and let's just check under the hood with the outputs. Yeah, you've got so many of these insert effects. EQs, and again, convolution, delays. Yeah, so this is all built into that. Yeah. Sometimes I just like to, you just can hear all this amazing stuff going on under the hood. And the mod brings the guitar. That's pretty cool. Okay, just a couple more. Rachel's keys. And I love how they've mixed the scoring synths, so you get that really fat Moog sound, that unmistakable. So I think I'm getting the Rachel part of this, because when I first heard that pad, it's like Blade Runner. Yeah, that's what that is. Very ambient, very, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then Tremolo Love. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. You've got some more delays and effects. Then that pad. Oh yeah. So, you know, it's $3 and it's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, so let's just check a couple more. So this is the Dream Pad. This is in the pads and textures category. And I can't wait to hear what they're coming out. Yeah, see, this is the guitars. This is the new guitar library that's coming out. Yeah, the pads and textures. Ebo guitars. Now, I did a well, let's see. Yeah, we'll replace that. I called it Postcard's Dream, and so I just threw that postcard piano in with some of the consordinos, and yeah. I just love how fat and full those strings are. And then the guitar pad just adds just another layer of movement and Just listen to that. I just like just hearing the different things happening kind of underneath. And there's so much to discover. I mean, this is, this is more than just, to me, it's more than just a taste. They could have really sold this as a bigger as a bigger library, because it is so much more. When you're at the Costco or the grocery and you take those samples, it's just a little bit, it's just like it's over. But this is like, it's like giving you a whole tray of those samples, and it's just so cool. It's just really amazing what they've given us here. So I want to thank you guys for watching. And again, this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com, and the links are going to be down in the description below. You just need to, you just have to sign up for the mailing list, and they'll send you a download code. It uses the Pulse downloader, and so they will just tell you everything about how to get this going on your machine. You need the full version of Kontakt, like I mentioned before, but definitely worth $3 for sure. And there's a lot more from Audio Ollie coming on the channel. They graciously were able to provide me with some of the other libraries, and I'm going to be diving into those and sharing with you my discoveries as I get under the hood and enjoy them myself. So once again, thanks again for joining me, and appreciate everybody. Ken, Martin, and Tinkle Think. It's just so cool. Thank you so much. And Matt, thank you. Thanks everybody for joining me, and be sure to subscribe and watch for the next live stream, because I love sharing with you. So I'll just play you out, and have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.